Good morning, boys and girls. It's Friday, and I know everybody is excited for the weekend, but we need to do our task first for today. Before listening to a short story, let us have first our CVC words. Yes, it's cab, dad, can, fan, bag, ham. Next, we have van. How about that? Fat, rat, and then we have pal, sad, man. Next, what is that word? Had. That's right. Next is pan. And the last word, gas. Good job, boys and girls. This week, we were talking about our friend or our pal and how can we become a good friend to our friends. So we are going to listen to a story about the kite from Days with Frog and Toad. Are you ready to listen? Okay, let's get started. Let me ask you this before I will read to you the story. What will you do if one of your friends would say, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know how to do it. What will you say to your friend? Let's find out in the story. The Kite from Days with Frog and Toad by Arnold Lobel. Frog and Toad went out to fly a kite. They went to a large meadow where the wind was strong. Our kite will fly up and up, said Frog. It will fly all the way up to the top of the sky. Toad, said Frog, I will hold the ball of string. You hold the kite and run. Toad ran across the meadow. He ran as fast as his short legs could carry him. The kite went up in the air. It fell to the ground with a bump. Toad heard laughter. 3 robins were sitting in the bush. That kite will not fly, said the robins. You may as well give up. Toad ran back to Frog. Frog, said Toad, this kite will not fly. I give up. We must make a second try, said Frog. Wave the kite over your head. Perhaps that will make it fly. Toad ran back across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. The kite went up in the air and then fell down with a thud. What a joke, said the robins. That kite will never get off the ground. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is a joke, he said. It will never get off the ground. We have to make a third try, said Frog. Wave the kite over your head and jump up and down. Perhaps that will make it fly. Toad ran across the meadow again. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. The kite went up in the air and crashed down into the grass. That kite is a junk, said the robins. Throw it away and go home. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is a junk, he said. I think we should throw it away and go home. Toad, said Frog, we need one more try. Wave the kite over your head, jump up and down, and shout, "Up, kite, up!" Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, "Up, kite, up!" The kite flew into the air. It climbed higher and higher. "We did it!" cried Toad. "Yes," said Frog. "If a running try did not work, and a running and waving try did not work, and a running, waving, and jumping try did not work, I knew that a running, waving, jumping, and shouting try just had to work." The robins flew out of the bush, but they could not fly as high as the kite. Frog and Toad sat and watched their kite. It seemed to be flying way up at the top of the sky. And that's the end of the story. Did you like it? So, my question is, who are the characters in the story? Yes, we have Frog, Toad, and the robins.